Hello, everyone. I'm back. It's been months. Unexpected drama, surprises, everything. It's Sess of the Teacher Says podcast, and we're just going to get the ball rolling. If the sound quality isn't of the highest caliber today, forgive me. It's been a lot of changes, and even now, I've misplaced or I don't know what has happened to my headset. I am no longer recording in Basement Studios, so it's a different location. And I'm a stickler for having really good audio, or at least the best audio I can get with the equipment I have. Little known fact, I was a mass communications, mass comm major. So, like, audio is like really big. So, to not be able to produce the top quality audio that I want to produce with the equipment that I have to really reiterate the equipment I have is kind of like, eh. But enough of that. I know you don't care about all that. So let's go ahead, get the ball rolling. This is kind of like a free flow show, so please don't turn. I hope it comes out great. No guests. I actually had like 3 episodes recorded, ready to roll since September, and I just scrapped them. I don't, life, a lot of change, unexpected change that I may or may not get into eventually, is taking place, ongoing, plus stressors of work specifically. As I've said previously, I still teach full time. This is what I do. This year has definitely been lots of changes in the classroom. So I'm just kind of like, ugh. So I just decided to come back in December because I know traditionally it's like a slow month for podcasters. And it's funny too because even though I'm not the best at being consistent in recording my episodes, I'm a huge podcast listener. So I know December traditionally is the month where everything kind of slows down. So I'm like, throw caution to the wind. I'll make a pop up, hopefully be more consistent. That is always the goal in my episodes. So December usually is my favorite month. Well, no, that's not true. I like Christmas. I don't like the cold. And where I live on the East Coast, it does get quite cold. But this year is definitely kind of just going through the motions. I was able to get like the Christmas decorations up. Luckily, my daughter loves Christmas, so she was able to help me quite a bit. If I keep stopping, I have like killer heartburn right now. I drank some milk and I was told that's supposed to help. It's not working, but at any rate. If you follow me on social media, my hat is off to you because I have been so not the best at updating on my social media platforms. I just straight up took a Facebook break because sometimes you just got to sit back, push the computer back, the phone back, the app back, take a breath because it was just too much going on in Facebook world. And what I mean by too much, it's just my Facebook has been bombarded with ads and sponsored posts and things of that nature. And it's kind of like, where are my friends? Like straight up. No, I mean not to say I don't have friends, because I do. But I'm just so tired of looking at sponsored posts and this and that. And I like to post a couple of years, months back, and now I'm bombarded with like these messages and stuff. Then I try to join a lot of Facebook groups. It is hard to find a group that is for you. I'll leave it at that. A lot of people have issues, and then they say, "Oh, finding your tribe." Yeah, I'm pretty particular about the members of my tribe, and some of these people, nah, I'm cool. So let's get down to the world of education. Before I took my hiatus from most social media platforms, a lot of the talk in the teacher groups that I were in were pertaining to the lack of discipline in the classroom, pertaining especially videos from the great state where I currently reside in and am a native of, Maryland, of teachers fighting students. One was definitely a teacher who threw the first blow. The other was a student who threw the first blow in regards to fighting, and these were both high school. So first off, my hat is off to you high school teachers. You know, I work in a middle school, and they're already bigger than me. For right or wrong, I don't break up fights. I work with mostly 8th grade students. The vast majority are bigger than me. Okay, what am I going to do? So, just keeping it real. I don't break up fights of people who are larger than me. It's kind of foolish. But those high school fights were like crucial. I know, and we're often told build relationships, which I agree with. And relationships look like different things at different ages. Like I compare myself to 20 years ago when I was a new teacher, very young, looked very young. I was told I looked like a teenager back then. And it was more, I guess I had more time to be more interested in what the students' lives were like and how their home lives are, et cetera, et cetera. Now, 20 years in the education game doesn't look like that anymore. I find out little bits and pieces here and there of home life. Generally, I kind of shut it down as far as conversations when they try to tell me. One person in particular I could think of is always trying to tell me about what the parents want to hear. I'm like, okay, but let's focus on your studies. Just redirect. In that case, I redirect because if I didn't, it would just be nonstop chatter, like, and work wouldn't be done. I always have to play the role of like focus, focus, focus. Once you get to know different students, you get the vibe of okay, so I can talk to you a little bit about personal, your personal life, but okay, 3 minutes of that, let's refocus. Or, a lot of the theater students, I have a lot of theater students in my classes, and, I'll talk about plays for a hot second, then, okay, let's focus. So I mean, building relationships looks like different things to different people, and that's what it looks like to me. Because I've been teaching for a while, and because I have so much other things on my plate, I just don't have the time to really get into their quote-unquote business, if that makes any sense. Moving forward also, so I told you about, going back, I'm kind of backtracking about this social media break. It was kind of a lie, because it really should be Facebook break, because I still spend time on Instagram. I have gotten heavily into LinkedIn of all platforms. Still trying to negotiate. I like because it's boring and business minded. And I consider myself like a Pinterest guru. I spend a lot of time on Pinterest. I have like a free Pinterest e-course that I'm not even really pushing at this point because I don't know what to do with it. Because at first I was so gung-ho about it in the summertime, and I'm like, yay, it's going to be free. Then I changed my mind. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to charge. Now I'm back to it's going to be free, but, there's always a but. I just have to try to put it, it's not complete. The book is complete. The intro course is complete. And I just have to muster the energy to do the rest. What I have, you can definitely find in the show notes. Like I said, for now, it's free. I don't know when I eventually start charging. When I can be more consistent with all my goings on. Because right now, I'm being something that really irritates me. And that's flaky. I hate being flaky. And right now, I feel pretty flaky. I mean, for good reason. Like I said, I'm not going to get all into it. But yeah, definitely good reason for being flaky at the moment. But it is what it is. And just know when everything is kosher back in my life, I will definitely be on my grind. And all flakiness will cease. Just coming from the Thanksgiving holiday. And again, if this episode seems like choppy, I do not have the energy to edit. That's another thing. I'm once again backtracking. Why my episodes take so long is because I edit myself. I am not the best editor. I'm very nitpicky, and it takes forever. Over the three mystery, I won't even say mystery, the three episodes that were never broadcast or put to air or whatever, were actually professionally edited. I found someone to edit. The price that they were charging was fair. sounded great, and I just didn't post them. So right now, because of the holiday season, I will not be paying anyone to edit my episodes. So yeah, if it seems a little scattered, thank you for sticking with me. But going back to what was I saying? Oh yeah, about Thanksgiving holiday. Um, to sum it up in a phrase, I ate good, and now I feel like I'm paying the price now. But I definitely feel very. I don't know when I drink alcohol, eat sugary foods and salty foods. It definitely takes a toll on my not only just body because I feel like swollen and sugary, but then I also just kind of feel like blah, if that makes sense. So I've been making up for it today by eating fruit, vegetables, like all the good stuff. Well, I was about to say water. Water, I did drink water. I just drank some milk like an hour ago. I'm not a normal milk drinker, but like I said, I have this heartburn and I'm still trying to figure out like why. I did not eat anything really greasy, crazy, whatever. But it is what it is. So yeah, I had a good Thanksgiving. I went and saw Queen and Slim. I give it, I don't know, I give it 3 stars, I guess. I know everybody online is like, it's the best movie ever. Da, 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 da. It was good. It was well written. Definitely, I don't know. But my issue was kind of the end. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I'm not gonna give away. I don't hate when people give away films, but I'll just say, like, I need closure. Not closure because they definitely give you closure at the end of the film. But what really annoyed me was there was a Judas from the Bible, who betrayed something. I hope I'm not giving away too much. I need to know the specifics. I don't know why that bothers me. It's like, yeah, at the montage at the end, they show, like, basically somewhat what happened. But I need specifics. Like, that's what's not sitting well with me at the end. I didn't mind the ending. In fact, I kind of like the ending. I don't like things that end too pretty and too well rounded. I just need specifics on how the Judas became that person. Like the specifics. I don't know. If I had the specifics, I would be like, yeah, that movie was great, but it just kind of left me hanging. But I know I'm not the best person to go to movies with because I want all the details, and I don't do what do you call those, like comic book movies. I can't stand them because I don't like to see things that are very unrealistic. Like I went to see the last comic books type movie I saw was Black Panther because everybody was like, you must see Black Panther. I went to go see it after work. No joke, I fell asleep. I did wake up like right after the scene when they were in the art gallery, but I'm like, that's kind of how I measure movies. Like if I go to sleep, if I doze off, the movie is not that great. And yeah, I mean Black Panther, I get the hype and everything. But for me, I dozed off. But going in my mental Rolodex, the last great movie I saw. Oh my goodness, My Name is Dolomite. Love that movie. I wanted to see it after I saw the trailer, and I ended up going to this fancy movie theater. I call it fancy because it was expensive. Like I don't do expensive theaters. I do AMC's, and even that to me is pricey. But I went to this like boutique type movie theater where the ticket was like, I want to say it was like $27. I went late to the like late show, which for that theater, which was like 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. or so. So not used to going to like a theater like that. I mean, I do reclining seats and all that, but this particular theater, they gave you blankets, they gave you free refills on popcorn, but you had to buy the $7 soda, which I was like, eh. They offered food, they offered alcohol. Since I was alone, I didn't get the alcohol, and even if I did, I was thinking the drinks were kind of pricey anyway. But the point of the movie is, story is, if you haven't seen My Name is Dolomite, see it. It's not just what you think. Like, true story. I've seen at least 2 Dolomite films, and I think they're horrible. Like, it's just bad plot, bad directing, not good, etc. But when I saw the trailer for My Name is Dolomite with Eddie Murphy, I'm like, oh, it looks funny, you know. I'm not big on movies, but I want to check it out. Oh my God, I was delightfully surprised. It went beyond my expectations. It dealt with a lot of entrepreneurship. The movie dealt with a lot of like, at first you don't succeed, try again. I think what's the word I'm looking for? The the co-star of the film, Wesley Snipes, was like low-key hilarious. I went in there having like no expectations for his character and left thinking like he was almost as funny as Eddie Murphy. Just funny all around. Great story, great plot. I left feeling really good when I went into the theater. I was just like, yeah. And I left just feeling like empowered. So I can't say enough good things about My Name is Dolomite. Really excellent, excellent film. Anyway, what else is going on? I'm free flowing. And see, that's another thing. Usually when I report, I have notes and, you know, I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to talk about that. And I have a guest coming. And so today is just straight off the top of the dome. So it's really kind of exotic. That's not the word I'm looking for, but it is what it is. Oh, so let me tell you about one of my new favorite things. And no, I am not being sponsored. I am doing this for free. So if you hear from me, company, please, you know, cut me a check. But over the summer, I was online, like I always do, and I found out that the Calm, C-A-L-M, Calm app was giving away free trials. No, subscriptions. That's what I'm looking for. Subscriptions to teachers. On a whim, I'm like, okay, I'll just go ahead and try it and see what it's about. So I signed up. Didn't hear from the company for like 2 or 3 weeks. So I was like, put it on the back burner, forgot about it. So I finally heard back from them. They gave me my subscription. Go through the motions. I'm like, all right, I'm going to sign up. At the time, knew nothing about it. That Calm app is getting so much usage from me. Like, I use it probably every day at my job and at home. At my job, I use it in the morning for homeroom. Like, true story. Like, I kind of got clowned by my 8th graders for the Calm app because I'm like, it's morning, we're tired. It's a nice, soothing thing to get your day started. All right, so one day, I'm not making this up, I did not turn it on. I just wasn't thinking about it. And one of the hands goes up, and especially the student in particular is kind of like surly, kind of quiet, you know, like one of the cool guys, whatever. And he told me, quote, hey, Miss blah, 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 you know, I'm not going to say my last name, can you put the Calm app on? I was like, huh? He looked the Calm app. Can you turn it on? I was like, oh, okay. And I immediately turned it on. And I was like, wow, this is really working. So with my class that I teach, once again, I turn it on every day, especially because they are so loud. And I set the volume kind of low, you know, so it's still not overbearing. And like, I love it. Like, it really is calming, especially with the group I work with. And like I said, I'm in a middle school setting. My kids are about to go to high school, 8th grade. And out of curiosity, one of my students, because everybody knows, I guess they associate me with the Calm app. So one of my students, we got to chatting about it, and I explained how it was free, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, well, how much does it cost? I'm like, I don't know. It's free for me. I don't care. So he looked it up, and I was surprised because it was like the annual payment for the Calm app subscription, I guess is the word I'm looking for, was either $50 or $70. It was a bit of change. I was kind of surprised that it was the price it was. So I was like, wow. So kudos to the Calm company. That's what they're called. One of my students said they were going to write to them and tell them about how much I love them. I'm like, go ahead. I encourage it. You know, like, cool. But yeah, if you haven't tried the Calm app, especially if you're a teacher, I don't know if they still have the information for teachers having the Calm app for free, but it definitely is a game changer in my classroom. And I'm not like a Zen teacher. We don't do yoga or anything like that, but it gives a nice little aura in the room. So let me think. I don't know. I think it's a good time to wrap it up because I'm a little nervous. I hope the quality is great. Um, I'm saying too much. I hate that. If you stuck with me for 20 minutes, yay. You can follow me on my social media. I'll leave all that information in the show notes. You can follow me on Facebook, but like I said, I have to take a Facebook breather. And Instagram and at least the show page, is not really being tended to too much. So I don't know. Like the only thing I'm active on right now is Pinterest. I have a private Instagram page that I don't, even though I love all my audience, my listeners, I don't know, I have to have a little something for myself, so it's private. I'm racking my brain. Twitter, I've never, and I know I've said this a million times, I don't care for Twitter. It's not my cup of tea. I'm definitely really doing the best right now on LinkedIn, trying to promote my crazy Pinterest course, etc. So that's pretty much it. So if I sound a little scatterbrained right now, it's because I feel scatterbrained. It's Monday, my least favorite day of the week. I've been trying to record this episode for like probably a month. I finally had the energy and I threw caution to the wind about the whole recording setup. So I don't have my microphone. And even my good headsets have gone missing because that was another thing I loved. I had a really nice pair of headsets that did excellent in recording audio when I wasn't with my basement studio. And I have an idea what happened to them, but I'm going to let it ride for now. So that's really it. So this is the outro. I'm not doing music or anything like that. Be great to let me know if you've listened to this episode 22 minutes in. And that's all. So hopefully we won't be strangers and I'll have another episode up in a week or two. That's all. Have an awesome week. Bye.